I'd like to take this opportunity to talk to you about exactly what our training is and who it's best suited for before you go any further in the process of research where this is concerned. So there are quite a few intimacy coach trainings out there. Some of them are more sold as sex coach packages, and some of them are more sold as relationship coach packages. And they cover a broad spectrum of ways of teaching and coaching and counseling about intimacy and sexuality, conscious sexuality. So what our course does is it creates a bridge between a very academic approach, which is more a psychology approach, which is more getting a sexology degree from a registered institution, which normally takes about 6 or 7 years to get to be a registered sexologist, right through to a very holistic and esoteric approach, which is neo-tantric approach or the Taoist sexual approach, which tends to be a lot of body work and a lot of what we can very officially call the woo-woo stuff.
It was one of the most profound learning curves I took in my academic career. Not only did it bring a whole lot of insight into me as a person, but also within my relationship and the way that I can assist my clients in their intimate journey. And when I say intimate, I mean their intimacy needs, skill sets, etc.
You go on your own journey into conscious sexuality and sensuality and intimacy, meaning that you need to do the work too so that you can teach authentically. Not all of the work, and you get to design how you're going to incorporate that within your scope of practice and the way you choose to work.
Finding a safe place and a person to begin to open that up with and unpack is really valuable and priceless. This program allows you to study on your own while being part of a community that's really breaking barriers in the world of intimacy. I'm forever grateful for the growth and development I acquired while studying with Intimacy Coaching International.
So we've got 3 major things that we look at as intimacy coaches in this certain style and branding of intimacy coaching. First one is sexual healing. Now, this does not mean having sex with your clients. Sexual healing is using embodied and somatic experiences to help release bad experiences from the body and help regulate nervous systems and help people become more confident about pleasure in their own bodies. So there's a whole bunch of tools and skill sets we learn that involve sexual healing. Now, these can be taught with touch and with body work, for some people who are already qualified or use the modalities of bodywork and massage, etc., right through to psychologists and doctors who are not allowed to put their hands on their clients, and it can be taught with diagrams and teaching methodologies as solo work and homework, etc., within session. So we teach you how to approach it from which way feels more comfortable for you. So again, we're not a franchise. We are an individual business training in that you get to decide how you want to do intimacy coaching. The only 2 ways it wouldn't suit you is if you have a need for an academic qualification from a university, and that, generally speaking, is a completely hands-off and very education-based qualification. Our certification is to let you know that you are qualified to handle different sorts of clients with different sorts of sexual issues.
The work is very well laid out. It is very easy to assimilate and very easy to incorporate into your own practice.
I've learned that who I am as a coach is unique to me. And Anne-Marie doesn't strip us of that. It's unique to me, and it's an expression of the journey I've taken and the passions that I have and how I show up for my clients. And that's why doing the personal work is so important, as is shown in the course. There's always personal work to be done.
So sexual healing is the first part. That can also include erectile dysfunction, things like premature ejaculation, and we use holistic methods to deal with that. We also do ask that you always make sure that's been checked by a medical doctor first, because erectile difficulties and premature ejaculation can sometimes be health indicators as well. So we deal with holistic methodologies around those. Then secondly, we deal with the sensual arts, which is sensual skill set training. Now, this is the fun part. This is where you get to work with couples and teach them things like sexual positions and how to improve their orgasm and how to improve pleasure. Again, we have a whole bunch of skills and tools we teach on this that you can use either hands-on, hands-off, or somewhere in between, depending on how you want to teach it and do it. And we do masterclasses and group Zoom calls on all of these things as well, so that you get one-to-one professional help with setting that up in your own business.
I've learned the power of communication. I learned that we're not as good at it as we think we are. Ironically, like intimacy, like everybody thinks they're so innate at intimacy, but even communication, I've learned that communication isn't just the words we speak. And it goes beyond the nonverbal of body language, but is the nuances of the dynamic of who we are within ourselves and with our partner. Communication is what we do outside of the sensual things, and inside of the sensual things is the constant conversation, as I like to say, the constant conversation of the energy that surrounds our beings in our lives.
That just gives us as intimacy coaches a much bigger and wider range from with which we can work in. And not only that, it also allows us to explore the energy healing within the intimacy modality.
And then last but not least, we talk about conscious sexuality and linking spirituality to the sexuality journey. And this is a discovery of Neo-Tantra and Taoist sexuality, etc., etc. And we go into some deeper Neo-Tantra practices. And again, this can be adjusted depending on how you want to teach and how you want to do your intimacy coaching. So we like you to come on board as a commitment to your own journey so you can be an authentic teacher in the way you would like to teach. So you can see on our website, we have coaches from many different backgrounds. Some are doctors, some are psychologists. So they never put their hands on their clients. They teach in a completely hands-off manner. Some are tantrikas and dakinis and Reiki and alternative medicine people. So they have a hands-on approach in some instances and a hands-off approach in others, depending on their other modalities and what they want to integrate. This course is very good as well if you already have healing modalities and you're looking to include sexuality, conscious sexuality, holistic sexuality, in the sense that you want to have practical ways to teach this work to clients you already have. Often coaches get stuck because they're doing fabulously, and even therapists, they're doing fabulously with their clients, and then they hit intimacy issues and they don't know how to practically improve someone's intimacy, improve their orgasmic response, improve their pleasure, improve the length of orgasm. For example, it is possible to have a 2-hour orgasm. Yeah, I also wouldn't believe it if it didn't happen to me. And it's possible to have 13 different sorts of orgasms, and it's possible to have an orgasm without ejaculating as a man, etc. So there's all these methodologies that have been proven and tried and trusted over many years, and we bring them all together in a way that feels fairly neutral. And we also cater for different belief systems for both coaches and clients. So it is an overall bridge between an educational academic approach and a very esoteric approach. So if you feel that this is appealing to you and this is something that you would like to know more about, I would suggest that you book a free Zoom call with me so we can talk to you before you come on board. And if you're thinking, this is absolutely it, I'd love to do this, where can I send my money? Don't. I don't want you to spend any money. I want you to think about it, because when you come on board with us, we're a team. Although it's 6 online modules that you can do in your own time, and it generally takes between 6 months to 18 months to 2 years to complete the course, we work as a team, and time and energy is something we can't get back. So you can't just purchase this course and immediately download it and then start doing it all on your own. That's not the way we work. So you speak to us first and then think about what you need to get from the training. And then we can have a conversation with you. We can decide if it's the right fit for you. And if it's not the right fit for you, we'll guide you towards something else that could be a better fit for you. Because ultimately, as a group and a team, we want to have people on board who are gaining from this experience of doing this training in this way and in this fashion. So as I said, it's 6 online modules. So everything is pre-recorded. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You don't have to attend over weekends. You can attend and do the work in your own time. But with that being said, we also do have live group masterclasses and Zoom calls. We record a lot of those and make them available to you as resources as well. But it's lovely to get on a live group call with people so that you can speak to other people in the world who are studying what you're studying and looking at what you're looking at and journeying where you're journeying. So you don't feel so alone, because this work is a burgeoning and exploding business at the moment. But by the same token, it can feel quite lonely and quite difficult. Many years ago when I started this work, I wished there was a company that did this and there were people who did this. And when I even started Intimacy Coach International, there were about 3 or 4 people online who called themselves intimacy coaches. Now there are lots, which is a good thing. But it is a wide umbrella, and intimacy is a wide umbrella. That's why we don't call ourselves sex coaches only, because we are more than just about sexuality or sexual energy. We're also about the umbrella of intimacy and how to include sensuality and intimacy. Generally speaking, we are talking about sexual intimacy into your own personal journey and then moving that into the lives of your clients in a practical, gentle, and fear, shame, and guilt-free way.
Signing up for this course is not just signing up to be a coach to your clients. It's signing up to be a coach for yourself. It's more than just what you can say to other people or jot down for others to read, but it's the example of who you are and how you show up in your own life. And there's so many life lessons that are in this coursework beyond just the sensual. It's how you deal with stress. How can you walk around in your life and be blissful? And this course, although initially I took it so I can be a coach, but being in this course has shown me how to be alive.
So that's basically a summation of what the training is about. And I'm sure you have further questions and things you'd like to know about your own individual journey and the way you'd like to set up your own individual intimacy coaching business. So if that is the case, please feel free to send us an email and ask your questions, or to book a free Zoom call and you can chat to me personally, and then we can really find out if this is the right fit for you. And if it is, I hope to welcome you to the team really soon.